Lady Margaret of Blackthorn. Until now. The knight on his war stallion approached closer, telling Meg that her future husband was unusual in more than that he rode alone. Like an outcast knight, he wears no lord's colours, yet certainly he is favoured by the English king. Meg thought, when he becomes my husband, he will control more land than any but the greatest of the king's barons. Puzzled, Meg watched the Norman knight who had become a great English lord. He rode under no banner and wore no man's emblem on his teardrop-shaped shield. His helm was fashioned of a strange blackened metal, the same colour as the war-horse that bore him. The long cloak that mantled his mail-clad body and that of his horse was dark, rich, and swirled heavily with the stallion's powerful movements. Proud as Lucifer, both of them, Meg thought, and as strong. Meg watched the Dark Lords approach, willing herself to show no fear. "He's uncommon large," Edith said. Meg said nothing. "Does he not appear fearsome to you?" the handmaiden asked. The Dark Knight did indeed look formidable, but there was no purpose to having every servant in the keep gossiping about how their mistress trembled at the approach of her future husband. "No, he doesn't appear fearsome to me," Meg said. "He looks like what he is, a man in chainmail riding a horse, a common enough sight, surely." "To think," Edith said in a bitter voice, "one moment he was a bastard knight, and the next moment he was one of the king's favourites. Though the sword has no land of his own, men speak of him as a great lord." "Lord Dominic called Le Sabre, the sword," Meg murmured. "Bastard or noble, he saved a great baron's son from the Saracen. 'Tis said without him, Robert's crusade would have ended badly. A wise king rewards such a fine warrior." "With Saxon land," Edith retorted. "'Tis the king's right." "You act as though you don't care." "I care only that the killing ends." "Did you learn pity in the Holy Land, Dominic le Sabre?" Meg thought. "Will the hope in my heart be answered by generosity in yours? Or are you like the chain-mail you wear, glittering with harsh possibilities rather than future hopes?" Edith looked sideways at the delicate features of her lady. Nothing showed of whatever Meg's inner thoughts might be. The handmaiden looked again at the Norman knight who was approaching the gates of a keep he had taken by promise of marriage rather than by honourable battle. "They say he fought with the coolness of ice and the savagery of a northern barbarian," Edith offered into the silence. "It will do him no good with me. I am neither ice nor warrior." "Glen-Druid," Edith whispered so softly that her lady couldn't hear. But Meg did. "Do you think he knows?" Edith asked after a few moments. "What?" "That he'll never have heirs of you?" Meg's clear green eyes fastened on the Saxon widow her father had insisted Meg take as handmaiden. "Do you often trade gossip with the cotters, villains, and peasants?" Meg asked crisply. "Will he?" Edith persisted. "Will he have sons of you?" What odd questions. Meg forced herself to smile. "Am I a seer to know the sex of my unborn children?" "'Tis said you are a Glen-Druid witch," Edith said bluntly. "Glen-Druids aren't witches. That's not what the people say." "The people say many fanciful things," Meg retorted. "After a year at Blackthorn Keep, surely you know that." Edith looked sideways at her mistress. "The people also speak the truth." "Do they?" "No rocks burst into bloom for me, nor do trees bend to whisper in my ear. What nonsense." "You have a fine hand with falcons and herbs," Edith pointed out. "I am no more a witch than you are. Don't speak of such things to me. Some slow-witted soul might take it for the truth." "'Tis true enough," Edith said, shrugging. "The common folk fear your mother. Make no mistake of it." Meg bit back a sharp remark. Edith could be quite tiresome on the subject of Lady Anna. The tales surrounding Anna's death fascinated the handmaiden. "My mother is dead," Meg said. "That's not what the shepherd's widow said. She saw the ghost of Lady Anna at moonrise out toward that pagan burial place." "The good widow is overly fond of ale," Meg retorted. "It quite turns her wits. Wasn't it she who swore that fairies danced on her milk saucer and that ghosts drank the ale she owed in payment for a piglet?" Edith started to speak. With a sharp gesture, Meg demanded